Hello and welcome to the Money and Banking Law Podcast with Joe Silvia, brought to you by Duane Morris, an international law firm with roughly 30 offices and 1,000 lawyers all over the world. I'm your host, Joe Silvia. I'm a former Federal Reserve lawyer who represents banks, fintechs, and financial services clients on M&A, payments, and regulatory matters at Duane Morris. I'm also a core member of our banking, fintech, and digital assets and blockchain practices. Now, while we can't provide legal, financial, investment, or tax advice on the podcast, our goal for the Money and Banking Law podcast is to inform and educate our clients and friends on both the fundamental concepts and structure of the banking ecosystem, as well as critical developments in the law and regulation of money and banking. Thanks for joining us today. As always, if you have any questions from any of our podcast episodes, please reach out to me at jsylvia@duanemorris.com. On this episode, we're talking about a recent event that Duane Morris hosted with Merkle Science in our New York office. So last week, it was the start of the Digital Asset Week in New York City, and on Monday, March 23rd, in the afternoon, Duane Morris and its New York office hosted what we called a mini-meet with Merkle Science. And this was really an afternoon to focus on policy and market structure issues with respect to digital assets for the coming year. We also had a really lights out group of panels and folks attending with thoughtful questions, really insightful perspectives, and ended the afternoon and the evening with a light cocktail and hors d'oeuvre hour that our New York office hosted. So I was fortunate enough to be on one of the panels with respect to what's needed for mainstream stablecoin adoption. Our digital asset team lead, Mauro Wolfe, was actually acted as the MC for the event for the afternoon, as well as providing commentary on a couple of different panels. So it was a good event. We talked about the Genius Act. We talked about market structure possibility bills, institutional adoption of crypto. We had case studies. We had product demos. We had, like I said, my panel was about what's needed for mainstream stablecoin adoption. We had folks that were very much on the operational side. We had some legal and compliance folks, talked a little bit about that, made some really good connections, reconnected with some really good friends. Hosted our New York office. We were fortunate enough to build out as much space as possible for the event. We had, I think, probably 120 to 150 people at the event, even though kind of the room only held 80. People were milling about in the halls, talking about what their expectations were for digital assets for 2026 and beyond. Again, really good, low-key event, but really robust discussions, more so than you would expect with just a bunch of lawyers in a room talking about some of what they expect in the coming year with respect to market structure and adoption of crypto or adoption of stablecoin and so forth. A lot of the folks in the room were really the founders, the operators, the CEOs, the CTOs of a lot of these really great industry participants. So I was super happy to be involved with that. And that came on the heels of our work the prior week. We went to the DC Blockchain Summit as a group and attended there, got to connect with a bunch of good friends from the Digital Chamber, and had another good experience there. So it's been a busy couple of weeks on the digital asset conference going side, as is typically the case in March and April. So more to come in that. I know I've got a webinar coming up on April 14th that I'm putting together for Pennsylvania Bar Institute that's going to review digital assets, and a couple of my colleagues are going to be joining me for that as well. So lots of interesting things going on. But this Merkle Science event was rather unique. We're actually doing another one with Merkle Science on the Monday before Consensus down in Miami. We're hosting it at our Miami office. And it'll be similar to the one we just hosted in New York, but a little bit different in terms of panel expectations and things that we'll be thinking about. Hopefully at that point, there's going to be some movement in Congress on some market structure legislation, or if there's not, then there's going to be some planning for what's next without that kind of legislation. So that'll be early May. I think it's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And it should prove to be another really great event. We had a lot of great feedback from people that attended the event. We had over 1,000 registrations, although with so many events going on throughout New York City for the Digital Asset Week, the registrations far outpaced what we were really expecting for in-person attendees. So again, more to chew on from the digital asset world, and our friends at Merkle Science were just fantastic to help support the event and really bring in a really robust crowd of digital asset native companies, founders, and individuals and the like. So if you have any questions on that, you can certainly reach out to me. If you have any questions about the digital asset group or blockchain practice, please reach out to me directly. Right now, I'm really thankful. We're humming on all kinds of cylinders here, and got actually a lot of opportunity to talk recently at our partners meeting in Philadelphia about the work that our digital asset and blockchain group is actually doing, more so than just all the marketing and speaking engagements that we're engaged with, but actually boots on the ground supporting clients in this space, whether it's on corporate transactions, acquisitions, putting together products and services, terms of use, disclosures, helping understand where different people are within the ecosystem, how different companies and founders fit within that ecosystem, and what the use cases are and what it takes to get to market, whether it's issuing stablecoin or putting together an exchange for cryptocurrencies or otherwise. So a lot of really good work that we're actually getting to do. Really fascinating. It's a fast moving area, and certainly just like broader areas of fintech generally, the founders and the technologists are looking forward to moving as fast as possible. And then there's people like us lawyers and compliance folks who say, yes, we want to move fast too, but we want to make sure we're doing it right so that everybody is on the straight and narrow, and you get to have your company for a lot longer operating in a robust environment that's protected from abuse. So anyway, that's all for today. Real quick podcast. I just want to do a couple of quick ones on some recent events and recent meetings that we've been having, because it's just moving fast and furious this spring. So welcome to 2026. Conference season is here. Buckle up, ready for more coming forward. But until then, please reach out to me with any questions you have on the podcast or anything else that we're talking about here. And as always, please like and subscribe wherever you do get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube now, so look for us on YouTube. We've got an Instagram page for the Money and Banking Law podcast, and more exciting things to come. So look forward to connecting with you all in the future. And until then, have a great day.